The concepts of odd and even, greater than or less than, and place value are critical components to a later comprehension of all mathematics. Using the Wonder Number Board to introduce and reinforce these ideas will give your kids a better overall understanding of the relationships between all numbers.
On the Wonder Number Board, we're going to look at comparisons. And what's important on the Wonder Number Board is that you have lots of comparisons that show up on the board. The first example of comparison is odd and even. All the blue 2's on the board, if you cover a blue 2 with a chip, those are all the even numbers from 2 through 100. So right now we've covered 2 through 10. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And those are all the even numbers from 2 through 10. The odd numbers are the numbers that don't have a blue 2. We have 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9, and those are considered odd. If you fill the entire row with blue 2's, you cover all the even numbers from 2 to 100, and then the numbers that do not have blue 2's, all the rows, the 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 row, are all odd numbers. The next thing we're going to show on the Wonder Number Board is greater than, less than, and equal to. What we're going to do is compare some numbers and see which is less, which is greater. The first two numbers we're going to look at are 5 and 8. First I'm going to cover 5 chips on the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That gives me 5 chips in a row. The second number I'm going to place down is 8. I'm going to use the second row of the number on the number board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And when you have your 5 on the first row, you have 8 on the second row. Now we're going to compare the two rows and see which has more and which has less. The 5 red chips have less chips than the 8 blue chips. And the 8 blue chips have more than the 5 red chips. So 8 is greater than 5, and 5 is less than 8. The second two numbers that we're going to compare are the numbers 7 and 10. I'm going to place 7 chips on the Wonder Number Board in the first row. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. The second row I'm going to use to put 10 chips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, what you do is you ask the students which has more, which has less. As you see, your 7 red chips has less than the 10 yellow chips. The 10 yellow chips have more than the 7 red chips. So you have 7 is less than 10, and 10 is greater than 7. The next thing we're going to show on the Wonder Number Board is chip trading. We're going to trade chips to make our numbers easier to see when we go into more advanced studies like addition and subtraction with bigger numbers. So first thing we have to learn is how to trade chips. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to put 10 red chips on the board. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And those are 10 ones. We're going to take those 10 ones and trade them for another color. So these 10 ones, we'll take them up and we'll stack them up on the number 10. Now we have our 10 ones on the number 10. Now what we're going to do now is trade the 10 red chips for 1 blue chip, and that gives us a set of 10. So now the blue represents 10. Now if we put 20 chips on there, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have to go to the second row for 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now we have 20 sets of 1. What we're going to do now, we'll take the sets of 1, we'll stack them, and we'll trade them for blue chips. So we stack the first row of 10, and we have 1 set of 10s. We take the second row of red chips, and we have a second set of 10. Now we have 2 sets of 10. We're going to take the red chips and trade them for the blue. We have 1 blue chip traded for that 10, and we have 1 blue chip that trades for that 10. So now we have 2 blue chips, which equals 20. After we've learned chip trading, where we traded 10 chips, which were red, for a blue chip, which is a set of 10, now I'm going to show how to show those numbers on the board. We have a number 43, and I'm going to highlight that. First thing we're going to show are 3 ones. So we're going to use the red chips. We have 1, 2, 3 ones, and then we're going to show a set of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we've landed on 43, and that shows 3 ones, 4 tens, and we end up on 43. Now we're going to take the same chips, and we're going to do now the number 56. We're going to do 6 sets of ones. The red chips are the ones. 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to do 5 sets of blue, which are tens. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which ends up on 56. So we have 6 sets of 1, 5 sets of 10, and we end up on 56.